Battlefield 2042 hits a new low as even more content and fixes are delayed. Activision Blizzard shares official details on Call of Duty 2022, Rockstar Games makes some incredible announcements, and Google Stadia may in fact not be dead. Hey guys, Levelcap here, and earlier in the week a new Battlefield briefing post went live detailing the immediate future of Battlefield 2042. Or semi-immediate future. The quote-unquote roadmap was concise, to put it one way, but it did roughly outline what we should expect for the game's future. The next significant patch to the game, Update 3.3, has been pushed back to March. This update is said to include numerous game features, often considered to be the very basics of any first-person shooter. Update 3.3 brings with it a scoreboard, VoIP, a new player profile page, a more refined ping system, as well as improvements to the reward loop and progression in-game. It'll also introduce expanded tools for Battlefield Portal, as it remains an integral part of the game according to EA. The company also shared the development teams are analyzing this specialist and are working to resolve a lot of the community's concern, though they aren't quite ready to talk about that just yet. Now, generally speaking, what I've said so far could have probably set a positive tone for the Battlefield brief. However, toward the end of the post, EA stated that the first content drop for Battlefield 2042 was being delayed to the early summer. Season 1 of the Battle Pass was undoubtedly one of the community's main hopes for this game, so to hear that things are once again being pushed back is a real burn to the community. However, it can still be argued that DICE are making the right choice in this case, as getting the core game into a more playable state is more important than just pushing out content into a core experience that isn't working as intended. And as a means of compensation for these continued setbacks and mishaps, EA and DICE are giving away the Steadfast Legendary Bundle to all players that purchase the Gold or Ultimate editions of Battlefield 2042. The bundle includes new skins for Mackay, the K30 SMG, M44 Revolver, and Bolt, alongside some other cosmetic items. This pack is a nice token, but at the end of the day, it is still just a cosmetic pack that presumably would have been added to the store at some point anyway. It'll be handed out to players in early March. In other Battlefield news, the Battlefield mobile game is being developed by teams at Industrial Toys, though EA CEO Andrew Wilson did confirm during the investor call Q&A that another closed beta of the mobile game would arrive toward the end of the month. The mobile game is set to launch at some point this year, so hopefully this latest closed beta is just being used for last-minute finishing touches. Call of Duty had yet another busy week as more details have emerged in relation to Warzone and this year's new mainline title. Activision Blizzard's investor call was cancelled due to the recent Microsoft acquisition, though many details were shared in the shareholders' results statement. The main point being that Call of Duty 2022 development will be helmed by Infinity Ward Studio, which is the main studio behind some of the franchise's biggest hits, most notably the 2019 iteration of Modern Warfare. In a statement, Activision Blizzard stated that Infinity Ward would lead development on this year's premium and Warzone experiences. It's unclear whether or not the current Warzone teams at Raven Software will continue to assist Infinity Ward or if they'll move on to a different project. Activision Blizzard is calling the next Call of Duty game the most ambitious plan in the franchise's history, with industry-leading innovation and a broadly appealing franchise setting. Of course, without more context, these claims are, well, just claims at this point. The rumor right now is that the next Call of Duty game will follow on from 2019's Modern Warfare and will follow the war on drugs in South America. It's probably safe to assume that an official reveal is on the way, considering what has been said on the topic this past week. Warzone's latest game update dropped on February 3rd, and it reintroduced the classic loadout system from the original Verdansk map. The revert to the loadout drops was made due to extreme community outcry that has been ongoing since the Caldera map shipped back in December. With the introduction of the Caldera map, players were unable to buy their loadout drops even if they had earned enough in-game cash. Instead, they were forced to wait a set amount of time until after the free drop became available on the map. Many players felt as though this change greatly slowed down the pace of the matches, forcing them to use the ground loot instead of their preferred loadouts. Now, with this week's update, when playing the standard Battle Royale modes, loadouts can be purchased from the get-go as soon as you've earned enough cash, though this revert hasn't yet been applied to the Vanguard Royale playlist. Rockstar Games, the studio behind the Grand Theft Auto franchise, put out a news update detailing future content drops and improvements to GTA Online. And at the end of this article is a paragraph titled, "What's Next?" In this paragraph, Rockstar actually states that they are pleased to confirm that the active development on the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series is well underway. And as of right now, there is little more than rumor to coincide with this announcement. Apparently, development was underway back in 2020, which means that it's somewhat likely the game will ship in the mid-2020s, maybe as soon as 2024. Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser, who helped write many of the previous GTA games as well as Red Dead Redemption, Bully, and Max Payne 3, has since moved on, so it'll be interesting to see how this new era of Rockstar Games fares. Google is apparently working to salvage their Stadia technology by shipping it around the world to different partners under the name Google Stream. Some of these partners include Bungie and AT&T. Bungie are rumored to be working on their own streaming platform that will utilize the Google Stream tech, while AT&T are allowing customers to stream Arkham Knight from their web browsers. Capcom similarly are in talks with Google, as they may use this Stadia streaming tech to allow players to stream demos of games through a specific website. Google Stadia famously failed to meet sales expectations, and the project was shut down in February of last year. But in typical Google fashion, it seems like a lot of the research and development done for Stadia may in fact show up again in the form of this Google Stream service. We'll just have to wait and see how it all turns out. A new mobile-based Warcraft game was briefly detailed in Activision Blizzard's financial statement. On top of the substantial new content for the Warcraft franchise in 2022 statement, a new mobile Warcraft game will also put content into players' hands for the first time. And of course, this is just about as little information as you could give about the game, so what sort of game this will be is pretty much anybody's guess. Fans appreciate the fact that the announcement was made subtly though. Back in 2018, Blizzard went a completely different direction with the Diablo Immortal mobile game and its announcement, which left fans angry and upset. Thankfully, the mobile Warcraft game's announcement wasn't shrouded in sort of artificial hype. A new optional update for Windows 11 users has just gone live that addresses bugs affecting hard drives' read and write performance. For the past 8 months, users on the Windows Insider program have been testing out potential fixes for this annoying bug that severely downgraded gaming performance on Windows 11 PCs. Thankfully, the official patch has gone live and users are reporting much more stable performance while gaming with the new OS. This patch alone may be enough incentive for some users to finally switch over to Windows 11. Before we move on to the final topic of today's video, let us know in the comments what exactly you hope to see from Call of Duty this year. Would you want to see a more rich single-player story campaign, a grittier multiplayer experience, or are your eyes set on the next phase of Warzone? And while you're at it, make sure that you've subscribed to stay up to date with the latest gaming news. Sony boss Jim Ryan answered some very telling questions this week in regards to the future of the PlayStation platform. Firstly, Ryan confirmed that PlayStation's $3.6 billion acquisition of Bungie, the creators of Halo, wasn't in response to Microsoft's recent acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Instead, the Bungie deal had been in the making for several months. Ryan also said that we should expect more studios to be acquired by Sony in the near future. Many have speculated that the PlayStation's acquisition of Bungie may result in the studio venturing beyond just gaming, possibly through TV and movies. Not to mention Bungie's impressive portfolio of live service games such as Destiny, and how PlayStation can now adopt that formula and apply it to other IPs and franchises. Jim Ryan commented on the fact by saying, "This is really doing what feels right for PlayStation and what we feel is the right thing to do to drive PlayStation to places that we've never been before." In other PlayStation news, Discord is now available for PlayStation Network users. Linking your PSN account with Discord allows friends on different platforms to engage and squad up more easily. This is especially handy for cross-platform titles that allow PlayStation users to play with friends on PC, for example. And the official website for PlayStation VR 2 has gone live. There is no new information on this second generation headset from Sony, but it does provide a nice summary of what it can do. Some of the highlights include 4K HDR visuals, groundbreaking new controllers, haptic feedback, eye tracking, and 3D audio technology. There's currently no launch date for the second generation VR headset, though a report from June last year indicated that it may ship for holiday 2022. And that wraps it up for this week in gaming. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.